Everything is relative in this world, where change alone endures. Nothing makes a person happier than having a happy heart. I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. If you listen to critics for too long, you will become deaf to success. Sometimes I think my head is so big because it is so full of dreams. What we can change is our perceptions, which have the effect of changing everything. In business, professionalism is not a tactic, but a moral value. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. It's such a shame to waste time. We always think we have so much of it. Generally, in war, the best policy is to take a state intact. To ruin it is inferior to this. Life is a bittersweet journey, my friend, a bittersweet journey. Life is not measured by what you have. It's measured by what you give. For we can only know that we know nothing, and a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Forget injuries. Never forget kindnesses. The man who has forgotten self may be said to have entered heaven. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Genius is measured not by static volume, but by kinetic vision. You can't always be right, but you can be wrong a lot less. Be wiser than other people if you can, but do not tell them so. Those who do not think about the future cannot have one. You grow mentally weak when your life is too comfortable. I can chase you, and I can catch you, but there is nothing I can do to make you mine. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. A true genius admits that he knows nothing. I do not know everything, still many things I understand. It was easier to ask for forgiveness than it was to get permission. Success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because nobody looks attractive spitting it back out. We are good to others only because we think that that is or will be good for us. Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. Don't set your goals by what other people deem important. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. My destination is no longer a place, rather a new way of seeing. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. She will always wear her crown, regardless of the hate. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. I quote others only in order the better to express myself. Truth is what stands the test of experience. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. Health is hearty, health is harmony, health is happiness. Even though the ship may go down, the journey goes on. A common man marvels at uncommon things. A wise man marvels at the commonplace. Moods can be contagious. Don't catch or spread a bad mood. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. We have to speak the truth always, at any cost, and no matter what. Failure is not when you fail once, but when you refuse to learn from your mistake. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. A clown on a throne is still a clown. A king in rags is still a king. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. Fes est ab hoste docere. One should learn even from one's enemies. I'm not a product of my circumstances. I'm a product of my decisions. Do not presume that richness or poorness will bring you happiness. Dream big, wake up, take the first step into the unknown. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain and play with it. It's enough for me to be sure that you and I exist at this moment. Life isn't worth living unless it is lived for someone else. The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. We are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners of it. Things don't happen for no reason. They happen to teach you something. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. It's faith in something and enthusiasm for something that makes a life worth living. The most wasted of all days is one without laughter. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. You have to notice the truth in order to be able to avoid it. Other people's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Life is too short when you think of the length of death. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. Behind every beautiful thing, there's some kind of pain. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. The only limits for tomorrow are the doubts we have today. Desire is half of life. Indifference is half of death. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move. If not, stay where you are. And regulation entails organizational effectiveness, a chain of command, and a structure for logistical support. Search of truth is actually a search of strength to handle the truth. Misconceptions play a prominent role in my view of the world. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Receive with simplicity everything that happens to you. It is more important to be of pure intention than of perfect action. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. You don't destroy what you want to acquire in the future. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. With regard to narrow passes, if you can occupy them first, let them be strongly garrisoned and await the advent of the enemy. That is all very senseless, but this senselessness has a pretty mouth, and it smiles. It is hard work and great art to make life not so serious. Your direction is more important than your speed. From a certain point onward, there's no longer any turning back. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. Feel your emotions, Live true your passions. Keep still your mind. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. The spirit tower has its guardian, but unless it understands who its guardian is, it cannot be guarded. Time bows to authentic commitment, and it stretches to accommodate it. Freedom is the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.